Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, we are from group 2 and we want presentation about pest control of coffee plants and interview with coffee farmer in Ngipiksari Harjo Binangun, Pakem Sleman, Yogyakarta. Next. First, let me introduce our member. My name is Nur Hofifah with study number 59, Fujiyanti with study number 62, Annisa Erikawati with study number 168, Luhung Dharma Bhakti with study number 188, Desty Dwi Artanti with study number 233, and Ilham Faiza with study number 239. Next. Garden identity. Farmer's name, Endang C. Hendarti. Land location, Ngipiksari, Harjo Binangun, Sleman, Yogyakarta. Ownership, personal. Land area, 9,000 square meter. Plant age, not the same. The majority is 10 years. Spacing, do not use spacing. Next. Background. One of the mainstay of Indonesian export commodities from plantation crop is coffee. Plant-disturbing organisms on coffee plant include a group of pests and diseases. Morphologically, there are several parts of the coffee plant that are commonly attacked by pests, including part of the coffee fruit known as coffee fruit movers, which are mostly caused by insects from the beetle group Hippopotamus hampe, and coffee stem, commonly called coffee stem borer pest, mostly caused by caterpillars, Zooxera coffee. Next, coffee plants. Coffee is one of the plantation commodity products which has a high economic value among other plantation crops and plays an important role as a source of foreign exchange. The low productivity of coffee is caused, among others, by attack by plant pest organism or LPT. Pest attack can cause economic losses in both quality and quantity. Pest attack is not only on mature plant in the field, but also in nurseries, orchards, and storage.
Okay, next, identification of pests. First is coffee stem borer, called Zooxera coffeae. Zooxera coffeae red stem borer is polypagous pest that attack various types of woody plants. Classification of Zooxera coffeae according to Karlsloven as follows: family Cocidae, genus Zooxera, and species Zooxera coffeae. Zooxera coffeae, coffee stem borer pest, metamorphosis perfectly or hollow metabola, i.e. eggs to larva to pupa and then adults. Okay, one imago Zooxera coffeae is able to produce as many 500 until 1,000 eggs within 1 to 2 weeks. Meanwhile, according to Yang et al., report the total time it takes to complete one life cycle of this insect averages 350 eggs, 0.6 day, with the longest period when the larva stadia is 2004 days, include 167 days grinding period. The female moth that lays eggs on the surface of the skin of the coffee stem. After hatching, the larva immediately scrap the upper stem of the coffee. Symptoms of attacks. The plant parts above the hoist will dry out, die, and break easily. If the larvae are still active inside, it will be seen the presence of small round shapes, powder 1 until 2 mm in diameter with reddish brown color collected under the affected plant tree.
Okay, next is a recommendation for control of coffee stemmer. The second one, we can use a technical culture by cleaning of plant debris around the coffee plantation area, aimed to reduce the rate of population increase and pest survival. The use of buffer crops such as taro or sweet potato plants with a certain height is useful for limiting the spread of pests so as to reduce the population or development of pests. And then mechanical pest control by cutting or running stem with larvae in them. If it has entered the attack of the tarot, it is necessary to remove or dismantle the plants and burn. Getting a drop mount by using a attractant compound is useful for reducing population. Next, and the last is biological pest control. Use of natural enemies of Zooxanthellae larvae, namely Bifida bassiana, and rock pickers as predator of Zooxanthellae larvae.
Second pest is coffee fruit borer or Hippopotamus hempever. Next, coffee fruit borer or Hippopotamus hempever, one of the important pests on coffee plants in the coffee fruit borer, Hippopotamus hempever, which attack coffee carriers ranging from green fruits, ripe milk to post-harvest. Coffee berries borer pests are included in the order Coleoptera, family Scoldinae, genus Hippopotamus, species Hippopotamus hampe. Adult hampe is a beetle with a round body and black color with a triangular head covered by fine hairs. The female beetle, Hippopotamus hampe, has a large size than the male beetle. The female beetle lays eggs is inside the fruit or around the coffee beans. Coffee carriers forward or oviposition are usually aged from about 8 weeks after flowering to harvest. Next, after the egg hatch, the young larvae immediately tunnel into the tissue and move deeper. Larvae undergo a resting phase for 2 days before becoming pupa. The pupal stage lasts for 4 until 9 days. The life cycle of Hippopotamus hampe in the fruit is strongly influenced by temperature. According to Ellen Wich and Chu, the hampe beetle's perception of its host is determined by the color and aroma of coffee beans. The dry matter content of the fruit endosperm is also the most important factor determining the attack of H. hempeae and the speed of penetration into the coffee fruit. Symptoms of attack. Attack at the young fruit stage can cause miscarriage before the fruit is ripe, while attack at the ripe pulp fruit stage cause holes in the seeds, resulting in decrease in the weight and quality of the seeds. Damaged ripe seeds show a blue-green color typical.
Okay, next recommendation for control coffee fruit borer, Hippopotamus hampe. First, you can use sanitation, spread the life cycle, use petik bubuk, lelesan, and rampasan or rajutan. Pick powder, which is a pick all the fruit with holes and is done at least once a month. All fruit in fact is cooled and then destroyed by immersions or burning, where fruit that can still be used needs to be shook into water for 5 minutes. Lelesan, which is taking all the fruits that have fallen and collect the collect fruits are then destroyed, as in the act of picking powder and loot. And the last is rajutan or rampasan. It is the act of picking all the coffee carriers, lunch and 5 millimeters that are still on the tree at the end of the harvest. The actions aims to break use of natural enemies. The recommendations by biological agents is the fungus Beauveria bassiana, and one of the parasitoids that can be used is Chapalonemia stephanoderis. This is the picture of the Beauveria bassiana insect infect which Beauveria bassiana, and this is parasitoid Chapalonomia stephanoderis. Okay, how to prepare Beauveria bassiana suspensions. First, prepare 10 liters of clean water, put in a plastic bucket, add 10 until 20 millimeter surfactant, there you can still it. Take a filter cord, add 2 until 4 grams of dry spore of Beauveria bassiana. Square of filter coats containing the spore until the spores run out. Put the suspensions into the spray tank, and applications can be made in the morning and in the evening. A dose per hectare 50 until 100 grams of dry spores or 2.5 kilograms of soil culture. Applications are made 3 times per harvest season. Okay, release of C. stephanoderis done when it's not raining. Release is area affected by coffee stem borer. These parasitoids are well established at the site of the release. The problem is that when the coffee carriers run off in the field, the populations will drop drastically. Okay, next.